About a week ago, I decided to start an experiment with what is usually called a dopamine detox. Even technically it's not a detox, I know this. I still wanted to see how this kind of approach can change how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. And here I want to talk about this, and the main thing that I want to mention that dopamine detox is something that will show you a lot of truth. It will show you a lot of truth about yourself, your life situation, and many other interesting things that some of them maybe you already know and maybe you're only about to discover, and then it's your choice what to do about that. But many people come to this idea to try to do this when they already notice that maybe something is not going well, maybe they're already too attached to certain entertainment and these things that give you easy dopamine. I wasn't noticing that maybe I'm too attached. I didn't spend too much time in this kind of activities like scrolling social media or watching, reading something. I'm not doing things, like video games or this kind of stuff. And I'm also quite aware of what I'm choosing to eat. Still, I saw that it influenced me quite a lot, even if I'm not doing it too much. Maybe because it's this constant exposure that every time you take in your phone, there's something that will drag your attention. It's something that will make you to search for this easy dopamine things. Every notification, every very quick content that you didn't really choose, that is not for some purpose, will give you this dopamine, and then you can be noticing that after half an hour you're still doing this and you're not feeling any better. The other sources are, of course, they're food related. In my case, I also decided to quit coffee for these days. I don't drink much, just 1 cup per day, but it influenced me, and I saw that I have a strong attachment to coffee. I was thinking how to start the day without it, so for me it was another experiment. Usually you should also remove, people advise, all the junk food, sugar, everything that gives this easy, quick dopamine. So I decided to try. The first idea was not to use my phone at least first hour in the morning. Of course, no social media, no consuming this content, no news, nothing. Sometimes I can search some information that I need for some specific purpose, answer some messages, maybe chatting with someone, but I would say nothing else. I did it for about 5 days. I was not very strict with food, but I succeed in not drinking coffee at all for these 5 days. Today I had coffee for the first time, and the energy it actually gave me is more because I didn't have it for these days, and it's kind of nice thing. But I want to come to the point that I don't really consume it every day, and every now and then I had maybe something sweet and some kind of food that maybe considered junk food, not much. Most of my food is quite healthy. So how's it going? What I noticed during these 5 days, of course, the first thing that everyone noticed, it's become extremely boring. And first it becomes boring when you can't entertain yourself in this kind of way. And if you decide intentionally not to do anything with it and just observe and sit, the next thing, feelings will start coming. All the feelings that usually you want to numb with different pleasures and distraction, they will start coming and you will start to see them. And if you're ready to do this work, it's a perfect time to do the work about processing all these negative emotions, feeling them, finding the source of them, and doing something about it. And as during my life, that's something that I do a lot. I work a lot with emotion. As a life coach, I have to work with mind programs quite a lot, and changing the mindset and all these kind of things. That's one of my biggest interests and passion in my life. And even I have a lot of experience and knowledge in these topics, it's still difficult. It's still difficult because if something was decided by your psyche to numb and to hide and to distract, it means that for you it's something challenging to go through, and you need to have this courage probably to face it. and to feel it. And the skill about processing emotion is very helpful here, and that's what I was using. But if you don't resist it, if you accept it, if you go through it, then it becomes better in a way that you start see other things. When the emotional charge things are going away and you continue to do it, I continue to do it. I would say first few days I had more of these things coming up that I was not happy about, and I just decided I will not do anything about it. If I can't find anything to do, I will just sit and stare at the wall or in the window, do nothing if I don't want to do anything productive. Few days like this and I start being much more productive. It even was a shock for me how quickly I got motivation and energy and ideas of what to do, and I start doing more. And even other simple things, like chores around the house, they became easier. I also got again my interest and inspiration to cook more interesting, maybe more complicated things, and I start working again on other things like my website and my YouTube and other things. It gave me back this energy, this motivation, and that's what is happening after you process the negative stuff. What I started doing then, actually, I was journaling every day. I was journaling, I was meditating. This is a part of my regular life. And while I'm journaling, at some point, you come into this moment when you start searching about what I really want from my life. And it's not like I'm not asking this question myself. I'm asking it very often, part of my life. But when you start getting more of this free energy, you connect better with your goals, with your dreams, with your values, and all this kind of things. And even some of them may still feel so far, so maybe unrealistic, some out of reach. While keeping the attention here, and I made another video about attention that will be useful to understand all this topic, you can find a way, at least for me, the trick was not to kind of solve it straight away. I don't know how to fix something, for example, in myself, in my life. I don't know what steps I can do now to achieve this big thing that I want, but I'm allowing myself to still feel it. I'm allowing myself not to tell that's not possible, I can't do it, so everything is pointless. That's another pattern that I have, and I started observing, oh wow, after all these years of self-work, this pattern is still coming, this pattern is still coming, this fear is still coming, and I'm just allowing them to be, allowing to see them. And at some point, another interesting thing happened. I was having a conversation with my husband, and he touched some sensitive topics for me, something that I still didn't solve, something that I'm still working on. And he was mentioning his view about it, what could be done, and other things that were reminding me again and again about this inner pain that I still have for all these years. And because of the dopamine detox and having much more awareness and much better control under my emotions, because it's very different states, it helps you with awareness and with really choosing before to react. I saw how the patterns to react are coming, and I just didn't follow them. I just saw, oh, this is causing this specific pain, and I want to say this and to react this to protect it, to don't let this vulnerable part of me that is still not healed to feel, and instead I just let it feel. And after I let it feel, I saw again the pain, the fears of this specific part. It's one of the part of my inner child that I also do a lot of work with. I saw that I can handle it. I can handle all these emotions. I can just let these emotions be and experience them, and they will pass. And they passed. And today I know that it's still there, but I know also what I want. And I'm reminding myself that if I really want, I can do something about it, because I know plenty of tools and things that I can use to do something about it. And that's what I mentioned by the fact that if you will really go to this experience, it will show you the truth. Your emotions, your fears, your doubts, your habits, your pattern, everything will start kind of coming, and it will draw your attention to that you will want to distract from it. But if you choose not to, you have the power to go through it. And even if you will kind of some moments you will not be able to handle something that will be too strong, it's not a problem. You can continue. And that's, for me, was a big lesson. I saw again my perfectionism in this experience. I saw how, for me, like all or nothing. If I need to do the detox, I need to remove all these things completely and do only like this. But then at some point, it was first or second day when I had some food, I would say some junk food. It was the first time when I decided that, okay, I still can continue. It didn't ruin anything. I just saw why it happened, which my previous choices led to this specific indulgence in this food. And I can use it to continue. And that's the other way how you can see the pattern and how you can not to go into just judging them and to continue doing what you get used to do. So this kind of awareness that you can get by removing all these distractions and all this easy dopamine can be so valuable, but it will depend what you will do with it. So if you want to start this kind of experiment, you can see what are your main distractions and these easy sources of pleasure that's not really serving you. You can decide which of them you're ready to remove or which not. Maybe put some time limits or anything else. But you need to know what you're doing this for. And if you really want to see the truth and do something with it, this is really a perfect thing to do. So this kind of experience can be very beneficial for you to increase your awareness, to see more truth about yourself, and to really start doing something about it instead of hiding. The other thing that I can tell you here, if you want to do, and then you see that you start dealing with certain emotions, certain problems, you don't know exactly how to deal with them. I have a lot of helpful content on this topic and how to work with emotions, with all these feelings, how to find in your real goals, how to work also with self-love and self-acceptance, with everything that's coming. Check my channel. There are plenty of things that can help you on this journey. And if it's still not enough, you can always leave me a comment, ask your question, and I will do my best to help you on this journey.